Ahoy toy! Welcome to Transfixed, the channel that wants you to know that you complete me like a Duocon completes a Duocon. And speaking of Duocons, that's what we're looking at this week. Here's a couple of customs that I made. Yes, they're pretty amateurish, but that's okay. I'm going to take you through them. I decided I needed some Duocons because I never had them as a kid, and I realized all of a sudden that they've been very lacking in the modern toy line. We haven't gotten any new Duocons since the G1, I believe. Until recently when Battletrap was announced. Unless you count the BotCon version from a few years ago. And when that came out, I wasn't interested because I didn't even know who Battletrap was. But now I realize, duh, it's a Duocon. So I did the best I could here. I selected two of the Titan's Return molds because that would put them in scale with each other and with a lot of the other figures on my shelf. So obviously what I have here is a Battletrap on the left made from Trigger Happy, and over on the right is Flywheels made from a Quake. And that's that was easier to do because we had the head from the little Titan Master that came out. So that head came with this little vehicle here. And I was trying to figure out some way I could integrate it into it, but I couldn't really unless I take this gun off the back. And he could kind of hang on the back here, but you gotta open this up. It's kind of hokey. It doesn't really work. I'll do it anyway. So you can kind of do that, but it's not so great. So if you'll permit me to babble here a minute, I gotta talk about these characters. So as soon as I was almost finished these, I saw the announcement that we are getting a Battletrap, which is great. He looks pretty cool. He actually transforms into two robots, which the original G1 didn't do. It was just a truck and a helicopter that combined into one robot. Now we have a truck and a helicopter, faithfully reproduced, I might add, that each turn into an individual robot and combine into a combiner robot. So it's kind of a Gestalt combiner, which is cool. They both look pretty great, I think. It's going to be great. So I'm thinking that whenever I show off customs from now on, I might as well just call them obsolete customs, because this always happens. Whenever I make something, Hasbro just copies me and makes it themselves. And I'm not complaining that they're doing that. It's just the timing. I wish they'd bring it out sooner, because I waste a lot of time and paint. Anyways, I'm happy to have the official one. In the meantime, I'll get by with this junk that I made here. So that's what I should do, I should do this on purpose. Whenever I want a new figure from Hasbro, I'll start making a custom. If there's a Transformers that isn't out there, or you guys want it made, let me know. I'll start working on a custom for it, and then bam, Hasbro will make one for us. So, let me tell you what I've done. So, as I said, this is a Trigger Happy mold. All I've done here is I took my Dremel with a cutting blade and I cut off the wings that were here and put a little bit of paint on top. I cut off the guns and the mounting piece that was here. Actually, I just kind of cut those off with a wire cutter, so it's a bit rough. And I sliced off the little rocket thrusters that were on the shoulders. And I think that's everything I've cut off of it. And then I used some paint. I used the wrong shade of blue for this one, but it's pretty close. And I used the closest thing I had of to match Quake here, although this kind of worked as an intermediary color because we've actually got two colors here. Quake is kind of a maroon, and this piece that I took off of Skytread is what this is called, because they don't have the trademark for Flywheels, I guess. But this, I'm getting a bit ahead of myself here. Anyway, the piece I took off of this and mounted here is kind of a fuchsia. So this rusty sort of color, it kind of blends in between. Yeah, okay, not really, but I couldn't. I could only find a very limited selection of Testors paints at my local Michaels, so I had to make do with what I had. The blue is a pretty good match. I need to find some magenta to put in here. I just used a marker for now, and of course I used gray to paint over here, and just did not paint the Decepticon symbol. This guy actually has a custom piece. This face is a Shapeways part. I kind of forgot I was just going to use the face that came with it. Well, no, sorry. Trigger Happy's face has a faceplate. So I needed to have something close to Battletrap, which had a mouth. I was going to just use the Quake head and paint that. I think it would have worked okay. But I forgot that I was cheap, and I got excited when I found a Shapeways part, and I ordered this Shapeways face from the designer was 3D Printeron. Yeah, 3D Printron on Shapeways. But it's a nice little faceplate. You just have to unscrew the original face. This is the Titan Master 4 trigger happy. So you just unscrew the original faceplate, screw the new one on. There's already a hole in there. I think I might have drilled it out a little bit just to make it a little bit bigger, so it didn't crack the plastic. But it was about the right size. I just wanted to be careful with that. And then slap some paint on it and try to get the eyes right. I think they came out okay. Now, if I'd been more ambitious, I think it came out pretty well. If I'd been a bit more ambitious, I would have painted the rest of the cockpit frame here, but I knew I was not going to be able to get a nice straight line, so I just left it for now. Maybe I'll paint that in later. That's pretty much all there is to say about my Battletrap. Onto Flywheels. So as I said, this head was easily supplied by getting this Titan Master. And then I just took the cockpit of the jet mode. I just removed it from these mushroom pegs. That was easy to pop off. And then I cut a bit of it. Well, actually I sanded it, a bit of a bevel into it so that it had a curve to match his chest. So it would glue, and then just super glued it on. Just fits a little bit better with a bit of that hollowed out. I painted it first, so because I knew you'd be able to see through these holes here in the plastic. And again, this is kind of a fuchsia color. This is maroon. I couldn't pick one, and I didn't really want to paint the whole. Well, the reason I selected these molds also was the color. The base color was meant there'd be minimal painting to do. So I just painted it this color and glued that on. So if you squint, the colors kind of blend together. Yeah, it's not great, but there he is. It's close enough for now. I'm sure we're going to get one eventually since we're getting a Battletrap. I guess just because I wasn't too specific about the paint. Although I think you can tell by the eye that I painted the thighs, hips, and shoulders blue. Because it's not exactly the right shade. But again, I was limited on paint choices. And for comparison's sake, there they are next to the original Trigger Happy and Quake, so you can see what I've done there. What have you done? That's what I've done. That's about it. Looking forward to getting our proper Hasbro releases down the road, hopefully sooner than later. Yeah. So they're not perfect. It'd be nice if I could have found something to make a blade. I guess I could put a helicopter blade of some kind on the back. Yeah, they could be better, but there's an idea. Maybe if you're interested in doing your own. Gives you an idea of a base you can work off and make something better. Anyhow, if you've watched this video, I do appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Yeah, as you're probably aware by now, YouTube has changed their rules for small channels like mine. So I just wanted to remind everybody that I really appreciate everybody who's watched and subscribed to these videos. And yeah, keep coming back. I'll try to put some new content up for you guys. I'm very grateful to everybody. And as always, thanks for watching, and thanks for watching.